Hello, friend. This is Ryan Hicks of TalkToProfit.com. Today I want to talk to you about how you get what you tolerate. Many people go through life and they talk about these experiences they have, the life they have, and how it's not what they want. And yet there's no definitive time where they have chosen something different. Oh, sure, they may start affirmations for a few days. They waver around, barely doing them. They may visualize a little bit, but they never have any consistency with it. Not saying that they've had years and years, maybe decades of building up and visualizing and affirming the life they have now. No, they weren't actively, consciously thinking about it, but they kept talking about the negative, talking about this bad thing. Well, my life has this problem, my life has that problem, and just kept going and rehearsing and then visualizing negative things, this bad experience they had in the past, which is already gone, but now they're visualizing it and bringing about more of it into their current reality. And they've spent years doing that, and they think a few days of affirmations or visualization, since it doesn't change everything miraculously overnight, then it must not work. Meanwhile, they've proven it works by doing it their entire life, just not for the things they want. And this is something you have to come to a point of realization of saying, I choose a different reality for my life. I choose to co-create with God a better reality, a good reality. People talk about the law of attraction. They'll say, well, I don't know if it works because of this and that, even though their life plainly exhibits it, the truth of it, but they don't make the choices that can attract a better life. They cast it all upon God. They blame the devil for the negative. They blame their neighbors or friends or whoever it may be, someone else external to them, they believe. And yet the reality is they've made choices. They've thought thoughts. They've continued down patterns of belief and practice and speech that have got the results they are experiencing. That's been their manifestation. No, it's not what they want, but it's what they focus on. It's what they've chosen to tolerate. And in many cases, it's from a place of fear, because while their life may be miserable, it is less scary to go with the misery that you know, the negativity that you know and have already experienced, than to branch out into goodness and the unknown. And I will say that many of these people do not have a belief that God has created a universe that is welcoming, that is good, that is working actively to bring about your good in life. And so consequently, they get the results that are not good. Because just like the law of gravity, I don't have any problems with it. It's not against me. It doesn't work against me. I know how it works. So I don't go jump off buildings hoping to land like a feather. I know the result of that. And I also do not choose negative thoughts. I don't choose the news of the day, the negativity of the day, this bad thing happened over here, that bad thing happened over there, wars and rumors of wars, all this negative, whatever illnesses, sickness and disease, genetics, that you got this genetic limitation here, that genetic limitation over there, all these excuses people come up with to explain their reality instead of choosing what they want to live, choosing the reality they want to co-create with God. This is one of the reasons I wrote my book, Co-Creators with God, because in that book I detail how you can operate with God, not against Him, to bring about, as Jesus said to pray, His will on earth as it is in heaven. And what is it in heaven? It's prosperous, it's abundant, it's healthy, it's peaceful, it's loving, it's joyful. It's everything people want. And yet, it's what most people don't experience in this life because they choose to believe something else. And they choose to tolerate whatever fate or the universe or whatever they want to call it brings them. And that's not God doing it. You kind of fall into this default chance mode when you don't actively choose a different reality, actively co-create with God. where you just have experiences that just maybe somebody else's choice and this over here happened, and you're just kind of at the whim of other people's decisions and other circumstances coming into your life because you're not choosing something different, because you're tolerating allowing life to come to you instead of choosing the life that you want. And this can be a hard concept for some people to grasp because it goes against what the world teaches. The world teaches you, even the world, secular world teaches that, oh, God must not want it. You know, it must not be God's will, so that's why you have this bad experience. Or it's the devil. I mean, they even teach in religious terms, somebody else is controlling your life and responsible for your life. Meanwhile, the scripture puts it in your hands. Death and life are the power of the tongue. They that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. That the issues of life, they flow from your heart. And you need to protect it. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. That think on these things, and it just lists positive, prosperous, abundant, good things. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Constantly it's reinforced that your life and what you're experiencing, what you're going through, is a choice that you have made. God sets before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore, choose life, choose blessing. And until you come to that conclusion and recognize and say, you know what, I'm not going to tolerate this anymore. I'm not going to be tossed about like a wave of the sea to and fro, getting nothing I want from God because I'm wavering in my faith. I'm going to be bold in my faith. I'm going to decree a thing and see it be established unto me. I'm going to command God even in my prayer because as he said, command ye me. He's given you that power. The works of his hands, he'll give you power to create the life you want and co-create with him. But that's up to you. Are you going to keep tolerating life, tolerating whatever comes your way as being fated to you? Like the people of old believed it was the gods bringing them rain, bringing them this, bringing them that, bringing them storms and plagues and miseries. Are you going to know that you're walking with God, you're co-creating with him, and you're bringing heaven on earth everywhere you go? Because if your life doesn't look like heaven on earth, something's not right there. You haven't chosen life. You haven't chosen blessing. Because that's what God offers you. He doesn't offer you cursing. He doesn't offer you death. Those are things, if you choose against him, that's the natural order. You're sowing and reaping that. But you get your heart and mind right. Start thinking the right things, speaking the right things. Refuse to tolerate the mediocrity the world throws your way. And choose to co-create a new reality. You will have that glorious heaven on earth. My friend, I pray this is a blessing for you. May God bless you richly.